Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today we're going to talk about the Uniswap governance token. So if you guys like the content, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also please check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Let's go ahead and jump in. So, Uniswap is an exchange, right, that basically we saw go from basically nothing not too long ago to now being essentially the standard for ERC20 swaps. And you can participate in a lot of different things there, including liquidity pools. But one of the interesting things, right, the talk of the day is the fact that they just launched their ERC20 Uniswap token, their Uniswap governance token. And the reason why this might especially interest some of you is if you've used the exchange before, you might have 400 Uniswap tokens waiting for you to claim for free. Okay, so normally I don't think that, a lot of times airdrops aren't really that important, or claiming tokens are essentially worthless. But in this case, if you're able to go claim 400 tokens, and you can see they're already about $4.50, you're talking about potentially having about $1,800 worth of free tokens that you otherwise just would not have had. And the way that you get this, right, is you just go to the exchange, and if you already use the exchange, I think it was before September 1st, it was a historical snapshot, so before September 1st, then there's a good chance you have Uniswap tokens waiting for you to claim. And if you had more than one wallet, well, then you can probably claim them on the other wallets as well. You might have more than 400 if you also participated in other things like liquidity pools. Okay, so I don't often talk about coins, right, that are this far down on the by market cap, right? And if you look at Uniswap, it's currently number 56. But I think that there's a good chance that Uniswap will climb the ranks, right? I think there's a good chance it will. If you look at the recent moves by a lot of coins over the last few months, a lot of the parabolic moves, a lot of that was fostered by Uniswap, right? Because it just made it so seamless to swap ERC20 for another ERC20. It made it very seamless. It was very very easy to use for the average person. The downside recently, right, is the congestion on the Ethereum blockchain, which has caused very high transaction fees. But with that said, if Ethereum does transition to 2.0, then of course this could help catalyze the next bull market, or even help further catalyze the current one, is what I should say, if we are in fact in a bull market. So one of the things we're going to follow, right, on the channel, we don't follow too many coins, right? I'm very specific and particular about which coins I follow, because I really want to follow coins that I think are worth following. I think Uniswap, I think this really is one that we are going to want to follow. You can see the current market cap is at 292 million, so it's relatively low in terms of where the top 10 is, right? The top 10 starts at 3.1 billion, so it's about an order of magnitude away from the top 10. I think there's definitely a chance the cycle, it can make it into the top 20. So we'll certainly follow the Uniswap token. So make sure you check out to see if you have any waiting for you on the exchange, because if you do, that's free money, and it's not a small amount of money. It's potentially $1,800 worth of Uniswap tokens. So check it out. Make sure you claim those tokens if they're there. Now, if you look at the price history, right, we only have about a day, right? So there's really not a whole lot we can say. More or less, these are just short-term price moves, hard to predict, a random walk. With that said, if Bitcoin stays bullish, if Bitcoin stays at the top of this band here between, say, 10,000 and 11,000, which is a potential, maybe this is our step backwards. If it stays at the top, then I anticipate that Uniswap will likely continue to remain bullish, right? However, if Bitcoin drops back down to the 20-week, then it might not be quite as bullish, and we might see it retrace. Now remember, this just launched, right? It just launched. There's no way anyone can tell you what the price is going to do with confidence in the short term, right? The price is currently $4.59 according to CoinGecko. It's gone up 79% in the last 24 hours, right? So recognize that if you're moving into this coin, there's going to be a lot of volatility, probably to the upside and to the downside, right? Where you could easily see it pump 30%, you could see it drop 30%. So I would say if you are getting into the coin, anticipate that, okay? But at the same time, I do think that this is one that we will follow on the channel for the market cycle, because this is just one that I think will have a lot of utility, and that the price will likely, or this will likely be reflected in the price. So we're going to follow it. The Uniswap Bitcoin chart looks pretty similar to the Uniswap USD chart, primarily because Bitcoin has been relatively stable for the last 24 hours, right at around 10,900. So again, this is a token that I think it's going to be worth covering. I don't typically talk too much about tokens that are brand new. We talked about Polkadot some and said that's going to be a coin we're going to cover, and then now Uniswap. I think this is going to be a coin we're going to cover. I've said in the past that I think there's projects that will try to time their entry. I'm not saying that these projects did it, but it could just be a happy coincidence that they timed their entry into the market, at the relatively beginning phase of a bull market, because in that scenario, right, there's just not all these potential sell walls, these sell pressures from prior bag holders that are going to cause you from moving up the chain too quickly. Therefore, by launching in a bull market like Ethereum did in 2015, it essentially makes it to some degree that the sky's the limit, right? If there is a bull market and Bitcoin stays bullish, then it's not hard to imagine coins like Uniswap, the Uniswap token, continuing to move up quite quickly and climbing the ranks, right? So I could easily see this token moving up significantly on its total market cap, right? And even moving into, say, the top 20 during the cycle, right? So during the market cycle. So we're gonna follow this token. I just wanted to make a video. It's basically the first day that it's been out, but we will follow this on the channel, and we'll continue to see what the price does, right? I mean, it's currently at $4.56, but again, it just launched. There's a lot of uncertainty. If you guys want to know how I'm handling moves in the market, make sure you check out my premium list at intothecryptoverse.com. Prices are going up in 11 days or in 10 days on September 28th. So if you want to get grandfathered in at the lower price, make sure you sign up before that happens. You get access to weekly premium videos, weekly reports, a risk dashboard, which is what I use to trade on various coins, and then also a premium Telegram alerts channel and a premium Telegram chat room. So make sure you check it out. Sign up in the next 10 days to get grandfathered in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, I should say, at the very least, and I'll see you next time. Bye.